Hey humans, Coach Mindy here with your Find the Drive workout of the day. Today we have block plus hollow plus sit. So we've done B.L.O.P in a couple variations before, but it's been a while, so I'm bringing it back. B.L.O.P is an acronym for balance, leg lift, overhead, and plank. So we're going to do some variations of that. We're going to go 4 times through each movement before moving forward to the next. And you're going to do 30 seconds on and 15 seconds off. So one cycle, 30 seconds on, 15 seconds off, 4 cycles per movement before going on to the next. But we'll go over all that to get you started 2 times through our warm-up, starting out with your good mornings. Feet hips width apart, fingertips by the ears, soft bend the knee, hinging forward. Take your time here, keep that chest up, eye on the horizon. Really want to warm up those glutes and hamstrings today. Then you're taking your feet out, double shoulder wide, hips go back. Try to get that chest as close to your knee as possible. Swing across, up, and reverse it. Then we're going to stand all the way up for some walking lunges. 10 total reps here, standing all the way up, and then a big step forward, lowering that back knee to the ground with control, not striking that ground. We want to protect our knees. 10 total reps, that's 5 per side. Feet shoulder width apart, arms up overhead, hips go back and down. For our air squat, try to keep that chest up, eye on the horizon. We're going to give you 10 reps there. Next up, we're going down to the ground for 10 sit-ups. Your choice on legs straight, knees bent, or butterfly, whichever one you choose. Just make sure we're keeping that chest up, that back flat, and we're getting that chest past your hip crease. We'll be staying on the ground for the next one with our high to low planks, which is exactly what it sounds like. So, wrists underneath the shoulders, feet hips width apart, high plank. Elbow replaces my hand to low plank. Up with my right, down with my right, up with my left, down with my left. 10 total reps there, making sure we're keeping that tummy nice and tight and we're not rocking side to side. If you find yourself rocking side to side, you can go ahead and drop down to the knees to make sure we're using those obliques. And you can also move your feet out a little bit wider if that's helpful. Our final movement for a warm-up, you're going to grab a pair of dumbbells. You could also use these during the workout, or you can upgrade to a heavier weight maybe. Feet hips width apart, bring those elbows to the shoulders. Keep those elbows up. Do not let them point to the ground. Press straight up overhead, getting those biceps as close to yours as possible. On the return, remember elbows go forward and down. They don't flare out to the side. So we're going to go through that warm-up 2 times. 10 reps each to get us ready for B.L.O.P. Remember, 4 cycles per movement, 30 seconds on, 15 seconds off. We're going to be starting out with balance, right leg only. Standing nice and tall if you want to use a wall or a countertop as an assist, but not, as support, not as an assist. So you want your leg and your core to do the work. Don't let the wall or the countertop do the work for you. So right leg only, front hold, keep that foot flexed, get that leg as high as you can. If you can get it a little bit higher but you have a soft bend in your knee, that's okay. It's more important to have the height than a perfectly straight leg. 30 seconds on, 15 seconds off, 4 times through. Then we're staying on the right side for back balance. Same thing, try to keep that chest up, use that core, use your butt, hold that right leg up. 30 seconds on, 15 seconds off, 4 times through. Then we're going to do both of those on the left. With that back balance, though, I do want to mention, it's going to be hard to not do this. So stand up nice and tall, keep that tummy tucked, and use that butt to lift the legs. Also, make sure you're not arching your back and overextending there. 4 per side, front and back. Then we're going down to the ground. Options for this though, if ground's the only option, fine. If not, if you have a pull-up bar, you can do this from a pull-up bar, or if you have something that you can prop yourself up with, off the ground, elevated like 2 boxes, 2 countertops, parallel bars, any of those are acceptable. But we will be doing this for the ground because it's the most accessible. So this is our L hold. 30 seconds on, 15 seconds off. If you drop during that 30 seconds, that's okay. Just remember to pick those legs back up as quickly as you possibly can. You may have noticed I like to have my fingertips pretty close to my knee. Some people find that more challenging. For me, it's what's most comfortable. If you go behind, it is going to make it a little bit easier for you or for some individuals. For me, I notice that I start rounding out my back, and I don't want to do that. I want to make sure I keep this movement trapped in between my knee and my sternum, sitting up nice and tall as humanly possible. I'm going to point my toes and raise those legs, trying to get them as high as you can and holding for as long as you can. 4 cycles there. Then we're staying on the ground, grabbing heavy dumbbells, kettlebell, whatever you've got. Legs straight out in front of you. Keep those feet nice and flexed. Chest up and proud. And punch up overhead. 30-second hold, 15-second rest. 30-second hold, 15-second rest. Remember, you're doing that 4 times through before you move on. Couple things to watch here. Your back starting to round out and your chest sink while you have those weights overhead. Another thing to be mindful of is when we lower that weight, make sure you're lowering it with control. Don't just let it drop down. Statistically, it's when we just release the weights that we can cause some injury. So make sure going up and then going back down, you're controlling that weight and staying nice and strong through the movement. Murphy says hello. All right. Our next movement in B.L.O.P is going to be a high plank hold. So, wrists underneath the shoulders, feet hips width apart. Don't round the back. Push hard through the ground. Squeeze your butt, squeeze your gut. 30 seconds on, 15 seconds off. Be mindful that we do not go up into a pike position and we do not sink our hips. If you have a mirror or something next to you that you can use, please do so. Just watch your neck if you're checking your position. Then we'll be rolling over again, staying on the ground for a hollow hold. Not a rock, just a hold. So start out by scrunching your knees to your chest, bringing your shoulder and your head off the ground. From here, you can release one leg. If that feels okay and not too challenging, maybe switch it. Or both legs. And then getting those hands above your head. You're trying to make a nice hollow or banana position with your lower back fully in contact with the ground. If you find your back arching, your shoulders dropping, maybe we need to modify that hollow hold with just one leg or keeping the hands down by the knees. We don't want to compromise our back, our neck during this position. We want to make sure we're keeping it right there in the belly. Taking those legs up is going to take it out of your belly. So try to find that challenging position, also not too low. Think banana. All right, ladies, your final movement in B.L.O.P today is going to be a wall sit. So it's exactly what it sounds like. Back flat against the wall, shoulders, back, butt, all in contact. You're going to hold 30 seconds on, 15 seconds off. Option here, you can do it weighted. What I mean by weighted is those same dumbbell or kettlebell you had overhead, you get down into that position and you hold it overhead. If this is a little bit too much, you can hold it at your chest. And again, that is optional. 30 seconds on, 15 seconds off, 4 times through. If you have any questions or need some options, let me know. Otherwise, have a great workout.